Please welcome the head coach of the Fighting Irish, Brian Kelly. You guys can stay. Okay. Oh, all right. I didn't get, they audibled and I didn't get the signal. I'm sorry. Thank you, Coach. Sorry about that. Well, welcome.
Great to be here.
And I don't think you realize, I think the only day of the week that Coach Kelly does not have to appear in public in some venue and talk about his team is Monday. He does it every other day of the week. And one of the themes that has really come across this year is you don't just like this football team. You really, really love this football team, what they're made of, and what you think they can do.
Yeah, despite what you may see on TV, I really, really like this football team. You got to understand that those are just snippets of 7 days a week, 7 days with us, and we've got. Here's what I like: they come to work every day with a purpose. They practice really hard. They're committed to getting better every day. And who wouldn't like that as a coach? Who wouldn't like to work with guys that know that they haven't arrived, that there's something better out there for them? Yeah, we have to play cleaner on Saturdays, and we're working towards that end. But I enjoy coaching this group, no question.
And I know one of the reasons you took this job was because of the passion that not just the school but all the fans have for your program. Bigger crowd for this luncheon than for the first luncheon, so that passion is still out there. But I think that sometimes the fans, as bad as they feel after a loss or losses, they don't realize that the folks that hurt the most are the coaches and especially the players who have a limited window to be part of this as active participants. In your job as coach, how do you bring your players back who care so deeply about the success of team when things don't go the way they want it to?
Well, I think it's the same way if you look at it if you're winning. You know, if you're winning, and I've had a lot of winning in my career, I treat it the same way. You can't let, you know, one win change the way you go to work every day. If you let that, well, I call it infected with success, where you start to cut corners and not take care of business as it relates to your preparation. It's the same with if you don't win a football game. You can't let that linger. You have to be able to learn from your mistakes and move on. And our guys have learned from their mistakes and they move on. I think we have the 24-hour rule where we get to enjoy a win, or lament a loss, and then we have to move on to the next, just like we do in life. I mean, you have to be able to come back and bounce back. So the lessons that we learn on a day-to-day basis are ones that they can carry with them for the rest of their life.
Now, you have studied intensely the game tapes of the first two games. What things have you seen during that tape study that make you optimistic about the rest of the year?
Well, it's pretty a simple formula. If you turn the football over as much as we have, you decrease your chances for success. And when you play two pretty good opponents and you turn the ball over a total of 10 times, it puts you in a tough position to win games. And you know, we've lost two very close games, but we have inflicted a lot of that on our own by not taking care of the football. So this is really not about playing harder. This is about playing smarter. This is about taking care of the football. If we do that, we'll have all the success we need. We just have to start doing that this weekend.
Very busy weekend for everybody on campus, and many of you know that Coach Kelly and his wife Pocky have started the Kelly Cares Foundation. One of the pillars that they support in that foundation is education. So with that in mind, I know you're very excited about something that is happening here on campus today. They are dedicating the new headquarters for the Alliance for Catholic Education here on campus.
Yeah, the ACE program is such a wonderful program led by Father Scully and his efforts. You know, it would not be possible without the benefactors out there, and in particular the Remicks and the Sander family have been incredible in their generosity to put this building together. It's one of our, you know, when you talk about the distinctions of Notre Dame, it's one of our great distinctions, the ACE program.
And one of the people giving a keynote address is the Governor of Virginia, Bob McDonnell. And I know not only is he a Notre Dame graduate, he's a huge fan because he used to come when he was in town to a Friday night show that we used to do. So, you know, no pressure, Coach, just some of the country country's leaders are here rooting for you as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of special things going on this weekend, as you know. Also, the Joyce Grant Aid, which is an incredible. They're here tonight or this afternoon. They're incredible in what they do for us and funding our scholarships for our student athletes, and their ability to raise money in a very short period of time has really boosted our athletic programs.
And as always, it's time now for us to get Bob Nagel up here with some of the lucky individuals who have submitted questions for Coach.
Thank you, Jack, and I want to thank Aaron for his help again this week. Julie Logue, come on up here. Julie's from, you talk about travel plans. She's from Roseland, right here in northern Indiana, and she has a question for Coach Kelly.
Okay, Coach, I know you're a great family man, so my question has to do with your family. What profound advice has one of your children shared with you about coaching or life in general?
I'd say my daughter Grace last year, when I was putting her to bed one night, it was late, I think it was on a Wednesday, and she looked at me, and this was after the Tulsa game, and she said, "Daddy, why didn't you just kick the field goal?" So I don't just get it from you. I got experts at home as well.
So what was your response to your bedtime daughter?
I said, "It's time for bed, honey."
You're a wise father.
Thank you, Julie. Next up is Nick Mullane from Madison, Wisconsin. Nick is a senior in high school, is on the swim team there, and might even be a part of the Notre Dame swim team we're hoping maybe in the future. And Nick has a question for you, Coach.
Thank you. All right, so it's kind of a two-part question. First, can you tell us what the 3 keys are for the Irish defense tomorrow?
Well, I think each and every week we have specific keys, but defensively for us, it's the ability to stop the run. It always starts that way, week in and week out. And then obviously we have to close out football games. You know, I'd say those in particular, and excellent tackling.
Thank you. Now, everybody in this room, especially me, wants to know, how badly are we going to crush MSU?
Well, we expect to win, and I can tell you that. Our guys are, you know, they're probably a little cranky all week. They mimic their head coach. So we're all anxious to play Saturday. We know it's the defending Big Ten champs, but we're excited about the game on Saturday.
Thank you, Nick. And next up is Anne-Marie Campbell. She's originally from Pennington, New Jersey. She's with the Soren Society here at Notre Dame, and Anne-Marie has a question for you, Coach.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Coach Kelly. Are there any prayers, books, quotations, or other resources you turn to for personal motivation or to motivate your team?
I think I have over the years used a lot of different forms of materials, but I think really what it comes down for me is I try to speak from the heart, you know, and because we're in such a fluid situation as it relates to coaching 18 to 21-year-olds, reading it out of a book sometimes, you might be a day late on that. You really have to have your pulse on what's going on. So I try to rely on my instincts and being around 18 to 21-year-olds to give the message based upon what's happening right now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. And Coach, there was a question from a good friend of yours, Jerry Stigall from Cincinnati, Ohio, who says that Reese LaBar wants to know if you're going to beat Michigan State tomorrow.
I don't think there's any question about what our intentions are. We go in every week believing that we're going to win. And I know our football team does not lack confidence and belief. They got to go out and do it. And they're anxious about the opportunity and excited about getting a chance to play Michigan State.
All right, thank you, Coach. And there's a young man, Nick Glenn, who's going to be 8 years old tomorrow, wants to celebrate with a win over Michigan State. So.
Same with me, and I'll still be 49, so we can celebrate together.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, Bob, thank you very much. And Coach, since the budding young sportscaster already covered the keys to the game in the question segment, just talk a little bit about what the support of this group and the support that you get every time you take the field of Notre Dame Stadium means to both you and your team.
Well, it's Notre Dame. It's you know, we have high expectations. Losing is not an acceptable alternative for us, but we've got great fans. We've got passionate fans that come back each and every week, and it's our job to put our young men in a good position to succeed. And I'm very confident that our guys are going to play the game the way they need to play it. And if they do that, we're going to win on Saturday.
Good note to end it on. Coach, thank you very much. Good luck. Thank you. And folks, that will do it for this luncheon. We ran a little bit long. Our apologies to you for that. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for coming. And as always, go Irish!